Hi. Well, here's the machine in kind of a cleaned up condition. I just moved my carriage to the far right. You'll notice here I have a nice heavy coating of transmission fluid, which is what I'm using as a lubricant in my apron. Not so much over here at all. Now I do have lubrication there because I have these oil cups. Well, they're not oil cups, or I forget what they're called, but you know what they are. I want to see transmission fluid on this side. So I clearly have an issue between the saddle and the apron. So we're going to take all this apart. I'm going to clean out any channels, any oil channels we can find, and see if I can't get fluid pumping up onto this side. Okay, I got the chuck removed, got it cleaned out. There was lots of, well, I didn't get it cleaned out that well, did I? Yeah, I did. Lots of tiny pieces of brass and cast iron especially in there. It was a little sticky. Here's my ramrod, copper ramrod. I ran these wads of WD-40 paper towel through my spindle to get it cleaned out. There's a view from that direction. That's the number 13 Jarno. And here, let's see here, it is marked here, tapered hole, number 13 Jarno, tapered hole. And now a view from this end. So every time it gets a little cleaner inside that bore. Now for the Jarno, I bring out the cherished number 13 Jarno dead center, I imagine. Now one would always remove his cap on introductions. We have a carbide tipped number 13 Jarno, and we will bring that up here and send that baby home. I'm going to leave the hat on for a moment, and now I'm going to put a a dead center in my tailstock. Okay, now I'm not sure what the best conditions are going to be. Let me get this thing mounted somewhat. So let me see if this light helps or hurts. Let's try some different backgrounds. Okay, I think the black background might be better. Now, I've moved it out of center even more just for demonstration. So I'm going to work it over to where it's going to line up with that pin a little better. Well, this. I'm actually using the camera to see that. And I think that just went too far. It actually went too far on purpose. Okay, let's see if this helps. I really can't use the Okay, I think I like that. Let's see if I can get it to stay there. Well, you can probably see that a lot better than I can. The window in the back here has got thumbprints all over it. And the camera is kind of in my way of seeing exactly. And it looks like my tailstock might be a tad high. Let me see if I can bring that to you. Okay, well, we're also relying on the that live center, which could have damage to it also. Now, when one is preparing to leave, we'll use my ramrod, my copper ramrod, and my beautiful brass, copper, and aluminum drift. And we will give that a sharp wrap. And, oh dear, one would almost always want to replace his hat when preparing to exit. And of course, a wrap for foul weather, and maybe a little overcoat of that. And there's the number 13 Jarno carbide tip, dead center. Very proud of that piece. So there's just kind of a roundabout tailstock alignment, kind of in the neighborhood. So we're going to move tailstock all the way back here, and we are going to begin disassembling the compound, the cross slide, and the apron, as well as the carriage lock. Now, if anybody has any ideas on how to eliminate backlash in my cross slide, now would be the time before I reassemble this. Right now, I have so there's 0. Let's go the other direction. All the way around to 0. Now I'm turning, just getting ready to engage. 110 thousandths backlash. So I'm not sure if there's a thrust washer involved. Is it a new nut and screw? Help me out. Well, we might as well get this in the journals. Go ahead and remove the quick change tool post. I, for the life of me, can't forget either. What size this is. Where am I going to go at here? Well, let me get my knocker. We'll tap on this side. Actually tapping on the T-nut itself, and that is the first thing I ever milled on a Bridgeport under close supervision, of course, and there's a video of that. We were running out of time, and he said, well, come back tomorrow, and I said, man, we're close. I'll just take this home and put a file on it, and it'll be fine. And it was. And really, more than filing, I just needed to clean the gunk out of this T-slot. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, now we are going to remove the dead set live center, and I'm going to remove the carriage lock that we built, and we probably need to unscrew this a little bit more. And there we go. Let me figure out how I'm going to get this out of here. I can't twist it. Okay. Take the top nut off, and we should be able to feed everything else down through. So this was originally a knob on the mini lathe when I got rid of its system of locking, which sucked. So much nicer to grab this knob than to go grab a wrench. Okay, this still doesn't get me anywhere. So there goes my, well, I dropped both of my collars, didn't I? Where in the heck? They're really in the, they fell into the, there's one of them. They fell into the really coarse shavings. So we're missing one standoff. It's just a piece of 12L14. And the other one I'll just have to keep my eye out for because it's down there in a jumble of very fluffy chips. So I need to get this screw out of my aluminum plate now. And of course, you know how that works. I got a groove, and there's a spring that I made out of copper. It's worked a lot longer than anybody thought it would last. Okay, I've moved ahead a little bit, and I need to get this on a wider angle. Let me do that. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there at the end of that last time-lapse thing or how that even got on there. I was trying to get it onto medium or wide range, and I had the manual out and I was reading the words, and fortunately there is a button on there I'm familiar with, is reset camera defaults. So here's where we left off. We're still, I wasn't going to take this off, but I realized I need to take it off. This is the cross slide for the taper attachment. So I need to remove the gib from there and slide that off. This is just sitting up here. And then we'll pull the carriage off, which I was continuously calling the apron in an earlier video. I know this is the apron down here. So this is either the carriage, or what else do I call it? Carriage, or whatever. Get that off. We'll get figuring out what's wrong up here and why I'm not getting oil over on this side, on these ways on the back side of my lathe. So thanks for coming along on this one, and let's get us thanks for coming along on this one, and hopefully we can get down to the bottom of what the problem is. And I did have a question for you guys that I might have edited out. It had to do with backlash in the cross slide. I'm about 120 or 130 thousandths backlash. I don't know if it's a new nut, new screw, or if they're if a thrust washer can be put in the handle. If anybody can shed a little light on that process for me, I would appreciate it. Okay, like and subscribe, tell a buddy, bring a friend, and we'll see you next time. There'll obviously be a part 2 of this once I get the carriage off. I'm trying to think of the other term I use for that. The carriage. Whatever. Till next time. Thanks, guys.